Hi. In this video, we're going to take a look at doing subject searches in the database ATLA Religion. This is a really helpful database for a lot of research projects related to religion and theology. And so sometimes it might be helpful to do a targeted search using subject terms. Subject terms are like tags that what librarians have done is they've added them to the articles as a way to kind of categorize them to help you, the researcher, find what you need most quickly and most efficiently. There's a few ways to do search by subject terms in ATLA Religion Database. One of them, you'll notice on the sort of home screen, is when you click Select a Field Optional, you can scroll down and click on Subjects, and now you'll be searching for what appears in the subject field for each article. The problem with this method here is that if you don't in advance know the subject terms this database uses, you won't know what to put in this search field. Thankfully, ATLA has provided a solution to help you know what subject terms they actually use. You'll notice on the top left here of the screen, there's a few different options, and one of them is Thesaurus. The Thesaurus is a way that you can enter a term, and the database will tell you what sort of term it uses to kind of get at that particular subject. So real important here, now that I've clicked on Thesaurus, I'm not going to be entering stuff in this top bar for a search. Instead, I'm going to enter the second little search area called Browsing ATLA Subject Thesaurus. So let's do a quick search. Let's look for practical theology. I've searched for before, and I'm going to hit the Browse button. And this is going to browse the thesaurus that ATLA uses to tell me what subject terms I need to use to do this kind of search. You'll notice this first entry here. For practical theology, it's saying, hey, what we actually use is theology, practical. So if I click on that, it's not going to yet do a search for me, but it's bringing up for me their subject terms related to theology, practical. You'll notice there's a number of different options here. There's a general search, there's a bibliography, congresses, definition, handbooks, history, etc. There's lots of different options here, but we know that these are the subject terms that this database uses in this area. Real quickly, the way we use these is if, let's say I want to do this general theology practical. I'm going to check the box right next to it. And then I'm going to come up here to the middle of the screen, and I'm going to click, I'm going to add this term to my search by clicking Add right here in the middle. So once I click Add, it'll take it just a second, but you'll notice it has started to fill in for me the search bar up here. Now don't worry about this capital D, capital E bit here. That is just the database's way of saying, hey, this is it's shorthand for saying, hey, this is a subject term search. So that's a way to add theology practical, and I could hit search to return those items. But before I do, let me quickly show you. You'll notice when we look at this practical theology line, way out over here to the right, there's this checkbox for explode. If you check that, it's obviously not going to make your computer explode. What it's going to do is it's going to include theology, practical, and all of the subheadings as well. So if I check explode and then click add, you'll notice how much it's actually searching up here. It is grabbing all of the practical theology subject headings. And I'm going to delete this first one because that was from our last search. So once I have those in there, I can click on search. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull up all the articles in the database that have practical or theology, practical in their subject headings. So just, arbitrarily, let's look at number 4 here, theological education for transformation. I click on that title, and if I scroll down to look at the subject fields, you'll notice that practical theology appears right here as one of the subjects. Now, alternatively, if there's some other subjects here that interest me, I can go and click on those. Say I click on preaching, and it will now do a search for all of the items in the database that have preaching in their subject headings. So this might be a helpful way for you to target some of your searches to actually use subject terms. And if you don't know what your subject terms are in advance, the best thing to do is use the Thesaurus. Remember, in the top left portion of the screen, I click Thesaurus. And then in this browsing area, I enter whatever I might want to look at. So that's how you use subject terms in EBSCOhost. Thank you very much.